Hundreds gathered here in The Hague to be here for this highly anticipated decision. Now, this is the UN's top court, and while this feels a long way from the conflict in Gaza, the decisions made here today are legally binding for signatory countries, including Israel. It was South Africa that brought this case to the World Court, accusing Israel of committing genocide against Palestinians in its military actions in Gaza. In initial legal arguments heard earlier this month, Israel claimed South Africa was distorting the truth and claiming its actions following the October 7 attacks by Hamas followed international law. Today's ruling finds that South Africa has a plausible case under the Genocide Convention and implements provisional measures aimed at reining in Israel's assault in Gaza. South Africa had asked the court to call for a ceasefire. Now, the court stopped short of ordering a military pause, but found that Palestinian population in Gaza was at real risk of irreparable damage. The majority of the court's 17 judges agreed that Israel should do everything in its power to avoid genocidal acts. This includes ensuring they avoid killing Palestinians, causing bodily or mental harm, or preventing women from giving birth.
The court further considers that Israel must take immediate and effective measures to enable the provision of urgently needed basic services and humanitarian assistance to address the adverse conditions of life faced by Palestinians in the Gaza Strip.
After this order was handed down, hundreds of pro-Palestinian supporters started chanting "Ceasefire now" and "Free Palestine." While this decision was being read out, there were moments where they erupted with applause and embraced each other. Just a few hundred metres down the road, dozens of pro-Israel supporters had gathered. Now, they were separated by a large police presence outside the Peace Palace complex. Already, Israel's representatives have been dismissive of this interim ruling. So the question now is, will this have any impact on the reality on the ground in Gaza?
In the wake of the ruling, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has rejected the accusations of genocide and vowed to press ahead with the war in Gaza. Mr Netanyahu slammed the ICJ after it declined to throw out the genocide charges, describing its decision to debate the claim as a mark of disgrace.
Our war is against Hamas terrorists, not against Palestinian civilians. We will continue to facilitate humanitarian assistance and to do our utmost to keep civilians out of harm's way, even as Hamas uses civilians as human shields. We will continue to do what is necessary to defend our country and defend our people.